Zeus slept with a mortal woman, Zola, and then he vanished. Hera was furious at her cheating husband and she tried to have Zola killed. Wonder Woman stepped in, saving Zola's life, and then the baby was born. But Apollo took the throne of the gods and he feared a prophecy in which a child of Zeus's would come and claim the throne for himself. He allowed Wonder Woman and Zola to care for their child, making Wonder Woman promise to kill the child herself if he is the child of prophecy. But Apollo needed to be worried about another of Zeus's children, one that just climbed out of hell itself, the Firstborn. Welcome to the Complete Story Series. We take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then we read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. On a cold, frigid night, the Firstborn sits on the snow naked with researchers looking at him from a distance. They try to approach him and he grabs one of them and he bites off his head, chewing on his brain. He then growls at the rest of them before standing and informing them, "I am the one with no name, the crippler of souls, the Firstborn!" He then proceeds to begin walking. Meanwhile, on Olympus, Apollo has called all of the children of Zeus to arrive. He wanted to discuss the issue with the prophecy. He saw it in two parts. There is a war coming that would divide the gods, and a child of Zeus would slay one of them, taking the throne. While they're having their meeting, Diana has gathered together her group to discuss their own problem. Just when Zola's baby was being born, Hermes kidnapped the child, and without the god teleporting them around, they need to figure out how to get him and the child back. With her is Lennox, her half-brother, an exiled Hera that has been stripped of her powers, and Zola herself. Lennox tells Diana that perhaps they should get the other demigods involved, the other half-brothers and half-sisters. Diana asks why they don't get all of them involved, and Lennox informs her, all ain't so nice. But Sirica the Wind, she might be able to help, but she won't come here with Hera here, so Diana will need to go get her herself. Diana arrives in the war-torn country of Libya, and as they see her approaching, they open fire on her. She deflects the bullets with her bracers as fast as she can before vanishing. "She's gone!" they shout, but as Diana appears above them, she tells them, "No, she isn't, but if I were you, I would be." Once they're gone, Diana hears a pot clamoring and she decides to have a look inside, which is where she finds a young girl hiding. The terrified young girl looks up and tells Diana, "I can't get out." So Diana tips the pot over, telling her, "It's okay, little one." The girl grabs Diana's leg, begging her not to hurt her, and Diana takes her hands. "Hurt you? Now why would I want to do something like that to such a beautiful girl?" So the girl tells Diana that all of the villagers hide in the nearby tomb when this happens, and they're all over there now. She brings Diana to the place and they go inside of the tomb. As they go inside, the door slams shut behind them. The girl screams out in terror, so Diana holds her close, telling her, "I will protect you." They go deeper and deeper until the girl tells Diana that Sirica lives here. And as the name is mentioned, dozens of knives are thrown at Diana and the girl. Diana blocks them all, and then she hears a faint voice. "Wonder Woman, you said you'd protect me." And then another verse is overheard. "But it's okay. I didn't believe you." With bony hands, she grabs Diana by the throat to strangle her. Meanwhile, in the Antarctic, an army has been following the Firstborn in his trek, and they are currently watching him as he's been standing still for 6 hours. One of the doctors theorizes that he ate the brain of the other doctor because he was learning the language. So another doctor approaches him. "Do not disturb me." The doctor explains that the Firstborn has been missing for 7,000 years. He was wiped from the history books. My father's doing. Yes, he and his brother's Firstborn of Zeus. Back in the tomb, Diana is trying to tell Sirica that she doesn't need to fight. A child's life is at stake. She needs Sirica's help. Sirica floats over to Diana, asking, "How dare you mock me?" She explains that she was a young child tending to her sheep when Hera arrived, and using the wind, she shredded Sirica's mother. And then the young child herself, shredded to the bone. She then throws a series of knives at Diana. "And you are harboring the monster that killed me!" Diana dodges the knives, trying to explain that Lennox didn't explain what Hera did. Diana had no idea. Diana tries to explain to Sirica that Hera turned her mother into clay and her sisters into snakes. But Sirica doesn't care. She keeps throwing rocks at Diana and she keeps smashing them. Sirica explains that Zeus took pity on her and he made her into this agent of destruction. Diana finally pushes through, telling Sirica, "Zeus gave me nothing except for a new family. Lennox, others, and you. I came here looking for your help so I could find a child of us. The baby was stolen from its mother by Hermes." Then, with Sirica finally stopping, Diana embraces her. This is no way for sisters to act. The sisters walk off into the desert and Sirica agrees to help. She can read any words carried by the wind and she can find Hermes. But sadly, she discovers that she can't actually help. Either Hermes isn't talking or he's beyond where she can hear. But she does point Diana in a new direction, to her brother, Milan of New York. Diana thanks her and Sirica wants Diana to apologize to Lennox for her. She's sorry. And as Diana waves goodbye, she tells Sirica to go see Lennox. He misses her. Back in the Antarctic, the doctor is still talking to the firstborn and explains that she knows his history. That on the day of his birth, a witch divined his fate. That as the firstborn, one day all of Olympus will be his. But Zeus was worried about this fate and he took the child from Hera. And he told the witch to kill the firstborn with Hera in tears. The witch, she couldn't do it. She took pity on Hera and so she left with the firstborn and she left him in the wild to be raised by hyenas. The story was tattooed on the witch's skin and it's the only record of the firstborn. He explains that he is standing here waiting for a sign of who has his birthright. And at that moment the sun rises and he knows it is the coward Apollo. Meanwhile, on New Genesis, Highfather calls to his son Orion, and he informs him that the Source itself has directed Highfather to a potential problem. A problem that has the Highfather afraid. The Source revealed to him that the end of time itself was coming, and he wants Orion to go and figure out what's going on Earth. This is a long series, so I hope you guys are in for the ride because it gets you all the way caught up to what's going on in Wonder Woman at the Rebirth. Personally, I love this story, and I hope you're enjoying it as much as I did. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Comicstorian, on Instagram at Comicstorian, and check out our gaming channel where you can find video game comic books like Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect, and Silent Hill over at Eligible Monster. I'll see you guys over there right now.